Welcome to the overview of revision 9 of our Iron Condor bots. I struggled to decide how best to cover this release. The underlying investment process has been reasonably consistent over the past several releases and stays the same here. It's how we deal with the losses that has been an elusive challenge. This release simplifies that process. So I decided to start with the day-to-day operation and then cover the details later. So here's what you do now. Download all 4 bots from the Option Alpha message. Turn on the automations in each of the bots. At this point, there's nothing else for you to do until you have a loss. Personally, I like naps. Each day, you'll want to check both of your trading bots, IC Puts R9 and IC Calls R9, for losses that occurred the previous day. In this case, it was a put loss. In the event of a loss, after the market opens, go to the Loss Mitigation Trades bot, select the dashboard, and click on the appropriate loss mitigation button. In this case, that would be the Put Loss Mitigation button. It will launch the appropriate vertical spread trade for tomorrow to counteract the recent losses. And that's all there is to it. That's the entire day-to-day process, including loss mitigation. Now let's look under the hood. When the market opens, we check 2 things that will affect trading for the day. The gap monitor looks to see if the opening price of XSP today is more than 1% difference from the closing price yesterday. If it is, we block new trades for the day, letting the market settle in one direction or the other. The FOMC check is actually looking to see if the Federal Open Market Committee, the Consumer Price Index, or earnings are issuing any reports today or tomorrow. If any of those are true, we don't initiate any new trades till the dust settles. The situation with ex-dividend dates is handled by Option Alpha and avoids trades that expire on those days as well. If you're trading XSP, ex-dividend dates are irrelevant as XSP is not subject to early assignment. At 3:45 each day, we look at the current active trade and try to limit any possible loss to 200% of the initial credit by updating the exit options in the loss limiter. We're allowing a 0.05 slippage from the bid-ask spread to encourage people to take the deal. Since these exit options now run until 3:59, this is the best approach we have without being able to simply buy back the short leg of the spread. That may be coming soon, but only time will tell. At the same time, we launch new Iron Condor trades for tomorrow by way of the puts and calls RN automations. This limits our exposure time to about 15 minutes each trading day when we have 2 active trades. The choice of deltas for the put and call automations is determined by which direction we think the market is moving. A detailed discussion of this topic can be found in the Bot Input Details R9.pdf. By waiting till 3:45 to initiate new trades for the next day, we can watch the financial and global events of the day. If, for example, the Fed Chairman Powell makes some public comment about interest rates, or China attacks Taiwan, or any number of other things that would impact the market, we can simply come into each bot anytime before 3:45 and turn the power switches off. This tells the system not to make any new trades until you turn the power switches back on. Be aware that you must turn the power off in each of the 2 bots, the IC puts and the IC calls. There is no global power switch. At 3:50, we look to see if the active trade for today may experience a loss by the end of the day. It notifies us of this pending loss. The notification reads call loss pending or put loss pending. It's up to us to look after the market closes to determine if we actually had a loss. If we did, you'll need to initiate a loss mitigation trade by way of the Loss Mitigation Trades bot. More on that later. We have two new bots that hopefully will simplify things. The first is the loss mitigation trades. Attempting to diagnose if a trade is going to win or lose in the last 10 minutes of trading has turned out to be a losing proposition. To automate this mitigation process, we need Option Alpha to be able to tell us if a bot has had a loss yesterday. Since we don't have their capability, we have to evaluate the process manually. I've designed two automations, the put loss mitigation and the call loss mitigation. They are inside the new bot called Loss Mitigation Trades. You'll get a heads up notification from either of our investment bots if a potential loss is pending at the end of each trading day. But that doesn't mean that the actual loss occurred. It's up to us overnight or early the next day to look at our positions in the IC calls bot and the IC puts bot to see if there are any of those that expired with a loss. If we experience a loss, once the market opens, click on the Loss Mitigation Trades bot and go to the Dashboard tab at the top. Then simply click on either the Put Loss Mitigation button or the Call Loss Mitigation button to initiate a new vertical spread counteracting the recent loss. Again, once Option Alpha can tell us the status of our trades yesterday, we can automate this process. But for now, it's up to us to do it manually. The second new bot is notifications. We look at a number of things about the market as the day goes by and as they affect different aspects of our investments. This bot simply notifies us of the status of each of these. Gap Monitor notification tells us when the underlying asset has opened more than 1% above or below where it closed yesterday. If this occurs, we suspend new trades for the day. Notifications are opening price gap or no opening price gap. Market Monitor notification tells us if the market is experiencing a downward correction. The trading bots automatically adjust the deltas for any new investments based on that analysis. Notifications are market correction active or normal market direction. FOMC check notification tells us if the Federal Open Market Committee, Consumer Price Index, or earnings are issuing reports today or tomorrow. We suspend trading on those days, so don't expect any new trades to show up. Notifications are trade suspended earnings, trade suspended CPI, trade suspended FOMC, or no FOMC, CPI, or earnings reports due. So that's it for revision 9. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.